meeting. My name is Carol, and I am in the middle of a winter storm the snow finally stopped. I have so much anxiety around this winter weather. We've got single-digit temperatures coming every night for the next 5 nights. Tonight it's going to get down to 13. We've got to keep water. We have heated water bowls that we're going to have to figure out how to plug in, which means a lot of extension cords. Hi, Rolling Stone. You know about all this winter stuff. Those poor animals. It's times like these that make me wish that I had thought it through a little bit better. Hi, Henny. I don't know if I'll be able to do a full hour's meeting. I don't think Christy's going to be here. She's her husband's still traveling, as far as I know. Yeah, no, it is no fun. You do know all about it. But yeah, the animals are miserable, you know, and telling me all about it. But anyway, I'm having a little trouble getting my heart into this today. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Jen. Oh, you guys. I don't know if you heard this part, but it wasn't supposed to snow all day. It was supposed to snow in the wee dark hours of the morning and then stop and just be windy all day and in the 20s, which it has been in the 20s temperature wise, but it was blowing snow like in a horizontal line pretty much all day. It finally stopped snowing, but it's getting colder, and it's going to get down in the teens tonight. And the next 4 or 5 nights, it's going to get in the ones and twos and below zeros. Yeah, my animals are all crowded around together. Yeah, a Rolling Stone. We didn't get but an inch or two, it looks like, but it just I don't know. It's just a fine powdery snow that didn't get real deep, but we've got 3 inches coming in a few days. So there's that. Ugh, you guys, I hate winters. It's summer yet. Jen Marie, you're sitting in it right now, and it's pretty bad up here in Michigan. I can't even begin to imagine. I don't know how you guys do it there. Whoo, cold snow wind it sucks. I am going to start the Smart Handbook all over again. And there's some recommended reading that I just checked out in the back of this that I was looking and I'm going to look into. One of called, oh, hey. Hey, Cosmic. I'll trade you your summer for our winter.
Snow. I miss the snow, but I don't know if I could handle. I've never lived in the snow. I've just gone to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolling Stone, we're expecting another storm. It's still over the Great Lakes right now, but headed our way. Henny, I can't stand this weather. It's so rainy and windy. I just finished cleaning and the next rain is Marie. It is so cute. Hi.
Hi. Look, ready?
Yep,
Snow. It's so pretty.
it is
Yeah.
pretty.
It's so pretty
Pretty but
when
dangerous.
you're sitting somewhere that you don't have to drive out of in 2 hours when your niece gets out of dance.
True.
Are you
That's
stuck?
why
Are you stuck in
huh?
traffic or anything? Or
No, I'm in the parking lot
okay.
of the studio. I was gonna go back to my sister's, but it's like 8 miles, and so I don't want to drive 4 times in it, right?
Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't.
And
I
they
don't,
get,
I've
can
never
they get
driven.
like a hotel or something nearby, or?
Oh no, we live close enough that I don't, or she lives close enough that I don't. There, that's better. Okay, she lives close enough that I don't, that wouldn't have to do that. It's the dance studio. They're having it's about to be competition season. My niece is an elite competitive dancer. 50. I
Wow.
mean, I'll send you in our group chat. I'll send you her solo, and
Okay.
in nationals in July, she won second runner up for the title
What type
for
of
the
dance?
first.
I used to be a dancer.
Amazing.
She does her solo specialty is lyrical, but she does lyrical, jazz, contemporary, hip hop. She does
Wow.
everything, and ballet. She does everything but tap because we're not a tap family. And no
I actually
offense to
love that.
tap and everybody who loves tap. As an Irish person, I do have a certain affinity for Irish tap dancing,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah, my sister, I just sent her a picture because she's her birthday's Sunday. She'll be turning 40, and they're in Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah, they're in
well,
Mexico, and this is
that
happening,
sounds
and
that sounds really nice right now.
I'm really jealous. But if anyone deserves it, it's my sister. I don't know a lot of people that work as hard as her. She's amazing.
Right on.
Um, but actually, I didn't come on to talk about the weather. But I saw Cosmic join, and I hope that that's okay that I did. I didn't know if it was
That's
like
what this is.
you read first and then because it's only
No,
my
no, no.
second
I
time.
only read when I'm trying to, wait for people to come on. Let's
Oh,
have a
okay.
let's have a meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's going
Awesome.
on?
Can I talk about our Steve?
Yes, please.
Um, we had a rough day today. We had a rough day today.
Oh,
Vicky's up in Flint. She has to work. She's got to make money, and she also needs
mhm.
to make sure that they have, she has PTO for when he gets out. Um, uh, the one of the assistants came in. His name is Malik. He is also now the newest member of our lifeboat. He joined. He subscribed. Steve and I recruited him. Um, the doctors asked Malik to come in with the scale and weigh Steve. So um, just from laying down to sitting up, he had to take a couple minutes to catch his breath. Um, and then he
Oh, that
stood up,
sounds
and
scary.
it gets scarier. Then so he stood up, they did it, and then you sit back down, and those hospital beds, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Rebecca. I recognize you from yesterday.
Hi, Rebecca. Hello.
Hello.
So then
Just
he sits back down, and then he starts to like slowly fall back, and then his head is back on the other side of the bed, like back, and his eyes are open, but he's not responsive. And Malik and I both freaked out. Malik's like, doing like Steve, like, and touching him on his face, and I grabbing his hand. It was about 5 seconds.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
And when he started to come around, he was again really foggy, like he was yesterday morning, like having a really hard time getting his words out. He doesn't remember. I mean, he remembers standing up, he remembers sitting down, and then that's it. Um, and
Oh my God.
uh,
Oh my
I'm.
God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It was and then the doctors went in. Well, no, I text Vicky to tell her that we had another fainting episode, and she immediately called me. So I put her on speaker, and then the doctors came in, and the transplant doctor and the psychologist came in, and um, so then I left the room and gave them some privacy, you know, uh, so that they could all, talk it over and figure it out. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's not gonna be going anywhere anytime soon which is good because he is where he needs to be.
Right,
Um,
okay.
but
Mm.
he definitely needs our prayers. And I mean, this is somebody who I've only been with all of y'all for like 2 months, but I've really kind of grown some feelings for a lot of people, and
Yeah.
he's one of them.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, like for somebody that at the end of the year was gonna end their life, and that's me, um, to get to know somebody who is fighting so hard just to live,
Just to live.
it's it's humbling.
Yeah.
And I love it because he's just. And when we talk on the phone, he'll play his guitar and we sing together, and I just can't stand seeing this happen to him. I just don't want him to see me like this. So of course I cried in the hallway, but I went back in
Mhm.
smiling
Yeah.
because gotta help keep the spirits up. But I just
Yeah.
it's really
Mhm.
hard. Tomorrow morning I drop my niece off at dance and then I go home, and I live about 5 miles away from the hospital, so it'll be a lot easier for me to pop back and forth there
Yeah.
and hang out. Um, but yeah, I'm just worried about him.
I
I'm just
know.
really worried. I'm really worried about him.
I am too. I am too. I'm going to be honest. I have to. I can't think about it sometimes, and I know that they don't have the luxury. You know, Vicky doesn't have that
No,
luxury.
no, they don't. They
You
don't.
know,
It's sad that this is their reality every second of every day.
it's just so scary.
I think all we can
I
do
wish
is hope
I
it
wish
doesn't become
I
the
wish I wish I
reality.
could shake the
Yeah,
doctor. It feels like they've just been, you know.
I don't speak for Vicky, but I know that I'm frustrated with the doctors, and I know that she's frustrated with the doctors, and it's you know I'm sorry, but doctors need to go back to school and relearn sensitivity training and caring about the patients rather
Yeah.
than just worrying about the bodies. Because you can't just expect to leave that to the nurses, because the nurses are I mean, his poor nurse Dewan, he's so like drawn, like he's being pulled everywhere, and you know it, Steve's his IV line kept coming out and he was bleeding, and they didn't even clean him off, so I got a wash rag and cleaned him off. And it's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm washing your hand and your arm because I'm not going to have a conversation with you with blood drying on you, right? Like I just.
Oh,
But I have to say, I am very strong and I'm very grateful to be able to keep him company so that he's not alone there. I
yeah.
can't see whatever the messages are, just so you know. They're below my screen in case anyone's
Uh,
saying anything.
Kristen Melinda is saying, yes, Jen Marie, this is so important. Bedside manner is severely lacking in a lot of places.
Yeah, and witnessing it firsthand makes me want to like hurt people, and I don't live my life like that. I don't really do anger anymore. But
Yeah.
his transplant doctor knows I don't like her.
Ben asks, what town is this in?
It's Detroit, isn't it?
Detroit, Henry
Yeah.
Ford Hospital.
Okay.
Yep, he's at Henry Ford Hospital in the heart, on the heart floor, but not the ICU, just the regular heart unit. Um,
A
and
Rolling Stone says he'll get better care with you paying attention to how he's being treated. Yeah. No, that's
Thank you,
real. That's real.
thank
My
you.
mom being older, I saw how they just kind of, eh, you know,
Hmm.
and I was mad dog, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah.
No, you're
A-
not doing that. We're not
And
doing
I
that
just
with her.
right. And I want to make sure that everybody here understands that this is not about me. I'm venting for Steve. Like, I mean, granted, my feelings like are about me, but this is not about me. This is about Steve and Vicky, and I wanted to come on and talk about them and just how beautiful they are and
They
how
are.
much better they deserve than what
Them
they've been dealt. you know, and I just, you know, I want to do everything that I can to support them. Ben,
Hey,
oh my
Ben.
gosh, I get to see your face.
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to log on because I thought it'd be easier to ask you rather than I'm
Yeah,
trying to catch up. I thought it'd be easier to text you
for sure.
talk to you rather
Sorry
than
I'm
try
looking
to.
like this. I've got my
I
bifocals on, so I'm like,
don't you dare
I
apologize.
mean,
Don't apologize.
oh, I'm used to it.
Good.
I'm used to it. I'm gonna have to, when we log off, I'm gonna have to go watch that Pantene Sorry Not Sorry commercial again.
But please don't let my popping on stop you. You were in the middle of talking.
Oh.
Just right switch.
Well, I don't remember what I was talking about because
I'm
I
so-
saw that Ben Turner was popping
uh,
on.
Oh, I'm
Vicky
so
and
sorry to do that to you.
Steve and Vicky and how they don't deserve how they've been treated, and they don't.
Right,
No.
right, right. And I'm, you know, and I'm watching other patients on the ward too, you know, because you walk. I mean, I spent a half an hour pacing the hallway, you
Yeah.
know, and talking to the workers, you know, and you can tell because they're all heart patients on this unit.
Mm.
So you can, everything's emergent when it's your heart,
Right.
you know, because the heart and the brain are, you know, the body, like they run the body, right? Like the brain controls everything and the heart keeps it going.
Yeah, the
And,
brain's a computer and the heart is the engine.
yes, exactly. Perfect. What did you want to ask me, Ben?
Oh, I was going to ask you. I missed so much of it. I hate to ask you to
Repeat
recap
it.
everything, but he is on the mend though, right? I mean, they're at least they're looking at things, or
Oh, they're looking at things, but they're being very red tape bureaucratic about it.
oh,
And I might have to go to the hospital with my scissors to cut the red tape tomorrow. I'm not sure.
mm,
It's really frustrating. Like, so where his LVAD line is for his heart pump is infected in his
I've
belly.
been wondering if that's what's
oh
going
my
on.
gosh!
Yes.
My mom had
Yep.
that very thing happen to her. That's why I thought of it. She had leads for a pacemaker change out that got infected, and you cannot treat
Yeah.
infected hardware.
Hmm.
No. And so they're and I don't even know. So when I was there yesterday morning, they did not have him on a saline drip, right? And I'm like, why don't they have him? And he was not very lucid when I was there yesterday. His thoughts were fine, but he was having a heart. It's the infection that makes you not be able, you know, I have a birth defect in my right kidney. So sometimes it just like completely comes over me and I can't really put my thoughts together that well. So I recognize that. Yeah. And
Have
and the way that I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so it's not really fair to judge doctors, but the way that they're handling it and I don't really
I
understand.
begged him like earlier on to look at a different team and get second opinions. I begged him, but
Well,
he
when
just
they
has
had him
so
in
much
there last
confidence
month,
in
they
these
should have.
people
Yep.
that I have just with the little bit I've heard, I have zero confidence in them.
mm,
Well, I can say the staff, like the nurses, the assistants, the techs, they love him. Everybody loves him. But
Yeah.
these doctors, you know, and this hospital just got bought out by a bigger,
mm,
you know how they're all getting bought out by these corporations now,
sure.
right? So, you know, why do all the doctors have to get together and talk about whether or not you're going to deal with the infection? Because if he goes septic, I
Yeah.
don't have to finish that sentence, and I'm not going to finish that sentence because I'm not putting it in the universe. Because he's.
Go ahead. Because
No.
he's. I'm so
No,
sorry. I
No,
jumped in
just
on the
because
captain.
because he's so special, and Steve is love.
Yeah.
I think that's for
Yeah.
me the best way to
Yeah.
explain. He's
Yeah.
just love.
Just yeah.
I'm not meaning to sound like a smart butt or anything. Have you tried contacting the? I'm from Bisbee. There's nothing smart about anything in
I've
Bisbee.
actually asked them to contact the ombudsman in that area.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wondering if you could contact like the patient advocate at Wayne Ford, Henry Ward. Oh my God, Wayne
Well,
Ford.
don't feel bad. I don't like to say that man's name either. So, it's
Oh,
fine. I don't like to use the name Henry Ford myself, but
yeah, I was just wondering if you, I mean, have you tried contacting them or?
no, because I've just stepped into this role this week.
Oh, okay.
Because when
Sure.
when they came down last month, we all thought for sure. Karen and I were talking about it because that's when I was going to, initially go, and they didn't keep him, and he was infected then.
Yeah.
And they
Oh my
sent him
gosh.
home.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They sent him home. The reason he's back is because he had a fainting spell at home and nobody was there.
Okay, yeah. Okay, now I feel like I caught up. Yeah, I can understand that
Yeah.
would be incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
I, have you? Wow, it seems a little late, but wow.
It's never too late.
No, I mean it seems a little late as far as the changing hospitals and things like that goes.
Right now, yeah, because I mean these people really know him, and it's
Yeah.
and they're like, I don't know how much I should talk about his stuff. I want to be respectful to them,
Yeah.
but they're
Well,
grieving him
let's
about the
just say
most
that I share your
minute thing.
concerns and have for a while.
Yeah,
I
and
have
I
for a
just
while.
now that I'm in
I
their
beg
life,
you to
I
get
want to
some
do whatever I
second
can.
teams going, get
Yeah,
another team another set of eyes looking at it all. I begged him.
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, it is really fortunate for him that he has somebody like you to look out for him and to be there for him, and that takes a lot of strength. I realize that, and
He's not the
highly
first friend that I've had to take care of, or not
well,
had to, but chose to take care of, to
yeah,
help
yeah,
take care of.
it's
Now, to be really fair, I don't want to. I'm not taking any credit. Vicky is the greatest advocate for him. She is strong beyond words. And I know a lot of the big words, right? But there's no words for how strong Vicky is. None.
well,
But
yeah,
she needs support too, because this is really weighing on
yeah.
her.
Yeah,
And now
it's
it's
a lot.
snowing.
So
Now
much.
it's snowing horrible. So like if she did have to come down, it would take her like 3.5 hours to do the hour and a half drive, because it's storming up here.
Linda says, I don't know if he has Medicare or any kind of health insurance, but most companies have patient advocates too.
Okay. Yeah, I
Insurance
don't know
company, in
either.
other words. They hire them
Okay.
just for this kind of reason. And sometimes they
Mhm.
can affect change by pulling the purse strings of the hospital.
Yeah.
That makes sense, because I wouldn't go to the patient advocate. Personally, I wouldn't tell Vicky to go to the patient advocate at the hospital.
Okay.
Because unfortunately they have the hospital has a
They
vested
have a
interest.
vested interest
Yeah.
in, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be better to get somebody who's
Okay,
outside
big
the
time.
system a little bit.
Yeah, that's smart. Maybe to suggest that they go through the insurance. I don't know what his insurance is either. But I definitely I'm certainly not gonna sit idly by and just watch this happen to him at all. And yeah, I mean, thank you, Ben, for saying that it takes
you're an
strength.
observer, and
Yes.
you have a little bit different take on it, because you can almost be seen as a, what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm a surrogate body for his wife.
Well, you're support person.
And also like like an objective observer, because you just stepped into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fresh set of eyes. Yeah.
Yes. That's that's a really great point. Thank you. That's a good way to look at it. That helps me with my processing of it when I'm on my own.
Well, when you think about it, like, when police do cold cases, police do cold cases, they like to hand it over to a whole new investigative team to see if they've picked up anything that someone else didn't pick up. So, by the same token, I guess you're kind of doing that. Fresh set of eyes, fresh
Yeah.
perspective.
Yes.
Right, because usually my understanding is that normally when he's down in the city, he's by himself.
Mhm.
So I'm
And
so
he,
great. I'm
if
grateful
if
for.
he, if he's so affected by the infection, he's not going to be able to advocate for himself effectively.
He's
No,
not. He's
no,
not.
because he doesn't remember a lot of the stuff. So then Vicky doesn't know because he doesn't think to call and speakerphone her when something's happening. So
And the hospital's not going to tell her.
and the hospital's not going to tell her. So my being there, I feel like is really important for them and to keep her more connected so she doesn't feel so alone,
Yeah.
and helpless up at home, making sure that they have money.
Yeah.
There,
I'm just,
Oh my God.
I don't know if this is going to
Oh
work.
my
There is
God.
something called, I was just looking it up. Let's see here. Uh, this one medical HHS.gov.
DHHS. Yeah.
Yeah, they're talking about how if you get an infection while you're in the hospital or have problems getting the right medication, you can file a complaint with the Joint Commission. This group certifies many U.S. hospitals' safety and security practices and investigates complaints about patients' rights. It does not oversee medical care, but yeah, it's talking about
Yeah, but how long is that going to
infection.
take? He needs now.
Yeah, that's
That
the thing.
sounds like, I mean, what can it hurt to get that going? What can it hurt?
Well, I mean, they did start the triple antibiotic cocktail every 12 hours.
Okay.
But I mean, that's still, it's an open wound, but it's also a line. It's a line into something that keeps him alive. So it's such a complicated situation.
Yeah,
Like they can't just close that. They can't just close that out. Like they have to do another one. And I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah.
I've
See,
just
if the hardware's in place,
learned this.
yeah, they can't do anything other
And
than,
I've just learned
Okay.
that in order to change this line, they have to actually crack him open and change the pump out. And
No
then
kidding.
and then do another line so that
Oh
they
my
can close
gosh.
that existing line. And this is
Okay.
what they're trying to figure out if they're going to do, because he can't have a transplant if he's full of infection.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm
Wow.
sorry. I'm sorry, Carol. I don't
oh,
want to overwhelm you.
don't apologize at all. I just,
I wonder if that knee surgery didn't exacerbate this.
I was scared about
That's
that.
actually his knee. I mean, his knee is hot, but the scar looks great and it's not giving him any trouble. I mean, but it's hot, but that's just because his whole body's infected,
Yeah.
But
Resource.
I do wonder too, because then they
Well,
also
it took resources from him to heal that knee.
yeah,
And I don't
yes,
know that he had a lot to spare,
that's really a great point.
and
I
I
didn't think about
concerned
that.
about it before he went in for the knee surgery. I'm like, what are they doing?
I had a friend in his 90s who had he had some teeth pulled to get rid of any potential infection in the gums and things before he had a surgery,
Yeah,
as the risk of infection hiding in the teeth and gums area.
yeah, for sure.
50s, it's not as big as it would be at 90. I mean, he lived to be 94, but
I'd like to see Steve to live to be 94.
man, I hope I can say 94 when I'm 64.
When I'm 64. Sorry.
This is my husband, Steve, by the way.
And
He's
Hi,
one of,
Steve.
Hey, and I'm mostly full of crap.
So was I until Tuesday when I had to do my colonoscopy prep.
Nicely played. Nicely played.
Did they give you
Thank
max
you.
or they give you a that, right?
What's that?
They give you a pretty powerful drink, right?
Actually my surgeon does you do 2 Dulcolax at 2 o'clock, 2 Dulcolax at 4 o'clock, and then you do the 238 blah 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 whatever Miralax with a 64-ounce Gatorade, and and I'm having such
Nice.
horrible digestive. It was
That's
I'm not going
similar.
to swear, but let's just say it was a bleep show.
I was gonna say that sounds so much better than the gallon of stuff I had to drink.
Oh no. And I've done that. I've had to drink like the
That's
but
what
I
they found
can't
with,
I can't handle it.
Elon Musk's Falcon 1 motors on the. I'm trying to think of the name of his rockets. I think the motors are called Falcon 1.
SpaceX rockets.
Or the Falcon, yes,
have a
is
name.
one of them. At
There's
least is a
name
Falcon.
for each rocket, but,
Oh yeah. I'm surprised he
rockets-
didn't name him after himself.
Well, those rockets have an interesting shape, so I think.
Yes. They're
Well,
Falcons.
they do, but not quite as interesting as Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin.
Oh, wow. But interesting, they really are pretty simplistic still. I mean, as far as
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they're only for at the moment they're just carrying. Well,
Yeah,
they're only meant to be carrying
Passengers.
cargo.
right. They're basically.
Do you not want to be a passenger one of those?
Yeah,
You
no,
know.
it's crazy that he's got the sole. I mean, this guy couldn't be richer. He's got the sole contract with the United States government to do the space program.
He's made it a few places. Like I haven't seen the Blue Origin, the Falcon, or the Virgin Atlantic guy or whatever. I haven't seen his stuff really
Branson.
perform
Branson.
much.
No,
I
it
just
seems
think
like they just
Branson's-
stopped.
You
I
know,
think Branson's still got the one that goes woo, but it just touches the outer
Right.
atmosphere. It doesn't actually go into space. So
like
I mean,
airplane-
that's not even as cool. That's not even as cool as the Daredevil guy that went up into space and jumped down into the Earth.
with on a
that was a
hot-
balloon. Yeah.
Oh shoot! I'm sorry. I'm in the
They've
car.
done it a few times.
My finger just slipped. Oh, now I feel better. Just kicking
I
back
like
in my
those
car.
ones that I like those ones that jump out of the plane and they look like little flying squirrels and they go. Woo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do because I would never skydive because if there's nothing wrong with the plane, I'm not jumping out of it.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
they have those places called iFly now where you can go and like have that experience.
There's
Oh,
one
yeah.
near me. Yeah.
well, some of those
Yeah,
things,
you
use that.
Yeah.
No way. I wouldn't
No,
jump
I know.
the parachute either.
Yeah, I used to be the most impulsive person I ever knew. But yeah, I'm 53 now, so I'm not quite so impulsive anymore.
So
I
you're
just
saying
don't
the
like
old way?
I'm just not impulsive, period.
I just
'Cause,
don't want
you know,
some guy strapped to my back. I'll be
Well,
like,
That's-
it takes me more than 30 seconds to get up sometimes. So,
That's
Impulse
That's
for
what's-
me.
that's what's great about knowing Tommy. We can just push him to do the stuff that we wish we could do.
yeah,
And if,
right.
and if he won't do it, we can get Johnny to push him to do it.
I think we should just
50,000 subscribers.
actually, I think
Eat
we
up,
should,
take up.
I think we should sacrifice Spanx to that. I think Spanx
Yeah,
should be
he's-
our little daredevil.
Yeah, he's still made of rubber. He doesn't even know he's going to die.
That's what I'm
yet, so-
saying. Like we gotta look out for Tommy, but Spanx is young, man. We could just abuse, we could just make him do all kinds of crazy stuff. We could have him be our man on the street, just doing all the weird things out there,
I don't know about some of the rest of you. I'm 52 and there's a certain portion of me that still loves adventure. I would go whitewater rafting tomorrow if I could. I used to rock climb.
Yeah.
Jumping out of a plane does not sound crazy. Now, bungee jumping I won't do. That makes no sense to me, but jumping out of a plane could be really cool.
And
Well,
and
down
a
here
lot of
on
people
the
thought
right.
that.
Carrier
There's a-
at 52.
I mean, I still do a lot of stuff. Adventure is great, but for me, being impulsive was always part of my flight response because I was a flighter, not a fighter.
Hmm.
And I've only learned today's the 12th, right? 12th.
Yeah.
So I only learned on January 7th of last year that I knew where I went, but I only learned about the troubled teen industry a year ago this week, and that I'm a survivor of the troubled teen industry. So
What
that
is?
Where you
Can I ask you what is the troubled teen industry? I've never
I
heard that.
don't mind answering that at all. So the troubled teen industry is a vile industry, and it comes, um, gosh, it's been around for about, it's over 40 years. And so what happens is these places they're sold to people as therapeutic boarding schools, wilderness programs, chemical dependency programs for teens, stuff like
Oh.
that.
Dr. Phil loves those.
Boot camp
Mhm.
type
Dr. Phil loves
places, scare them straight type situations.
Yes, because Scared Straight was one. And
Yeah.
that's one of the ones that
Okay.
got shut down. And I'm a part
Okay.
of an advocacy organization called Unsilenced. I cannot take credit for that at all. There's a lady named Meg Applegate who's a survivor. She started it. Paris Hilton is also a survivor who's very actively spoken out about it. She wrote in her memoir about it, and there's a documentary called This is Paris where she discusses it.
That girl, that Catch Me Outside girl, she's one of them.
Yes, because okay, so
Oh, really?
somebody mentioned Dr. Phil in one of Tommy's lives today, and I had a very visceral reaction because that man is a perpetrator of the troubled teen industry, and I'm talking
Yeah,
thousands of children.
I
Yeah.
hope he shows up
Thousands.
on the testing list.
Yeah.
I hope he shows up on the testing list. He and the Mike guy have some really terrible pictures showing each other together, maybe. With,
You know what? That sounds like a dream I had last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
But maybe both of them in a ball gag
Oh,
and
no.
one of those leather.
Steve, okay.
I'm just.
Wait, hang on. Bravo, Steve.
But, Dr. Phil hurts my feelings.
But see, I have a personal issue with Dr. Phil as well because I was friends with the singer Sinead O'Connor, and he did it. He did it to her, only to an adult place. And I was one of the people. I was one of the people that helped get her out of it. And honey, hi, honey. I can only really see her name, but whatever she said.
I'm really sorry you're not feeling good. Recuperating from surgery and being yelled at for
Oh
not
my
preparing.
What?
Oh, Henny, I'm sorry.
Oh, Henny.
Do you need to talk, honey?
Love you, Stasha.
Well, she needs to rest. I mean, she just had surgery. Henny, I am sorry. I am sorry.
I don't
Can
know.
we send you like something via DoorDash, or I don't know where Henny
seriously.
lives?
Anything we can do at all?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Okay,
yeah,
so
as
now
far as the-
where do you live? Because I'll go beat up those people too with my mouth.
just give me a turkey leg.
My nickname when I was in my 20s was Machete. You know how they call people that chick's got a razor for a tongue. Well, this chick had a machete for a tongue. I can make a grown man cry with this one sentence.
I was going to say, you're quite a bit sassy, aren't you?
I'm very sassy, but I don't do hate, and I don't do aggression. But I'm venting, so this is a little bit different. In the situation, I can be professional and respectful in a way that I'm going to be taken more serious. You know, I don't have a problem with that, but I definitely don't have a problem expressing myself, for sure. I'm really surprised that I'm starting to get more comfortable being on camera and talking and stuff like this, but right now, just in the 30 something minutes we've been talking, you guys, I feel such a relief just from being able to get off my chest off my shoulders. I don't want to say chest because that makes me think of the heart, but off my shoulders, you know, what I've been, because I'm also fortunately and unfortunately an empath, so I have a tendency to take people's feelings and pain away from them and carry it. And luckily I've learned how to shake it off, but sometimes when I'm going through my own stuff as well, like I am now. I'm having my own health issues and other personal issues. Um, I have to like let the air out of this tire, in some
Yeah.
way. And so I
Yeah.
couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity to talk to you all about this, because I mean, what am I going to talk to my 15-year-old niece about it? Absolutely not.
Mhm.
No. And I don't want to talk to people that don't know him, because they don't,
Mhm.
and I also want to make sure that everybody understands that, knows, like I've met fighters in my life, but this guy is he's a warrior. He's
Mm.
and it's
Yeah.
coming from someone who considers herself a warrior. So
Yeah.
yeah, he amazes me. But we just need to keep
Yeah.
sending him positivity, because that can really drag you down. And we
Mm.
definitely
Yes.
what we don't want is for him to get down.
Well, just know that
Reverend,
what you're doing is great support for him, and I respect the living
Well,
hell out of you for it. And you
I
keep
mean,
saying things like "I didn't do this," or I don't remember the term that it is that you used.
oh,
But
I
doggone,
said it's not about me.
well, yeah,
It's not.
yeah, but at the same time, I think you're a little quick to, and I suppose a lot of us, and I know a lot of us are a little quick to absorb failure and disperse compliments. So
Have
I
you
just,
ever had any kind of conversation with me? I think the answer is yes. It's pretty obvious
yeah,
that I am. I used to be a professional self-loather,
mm,
You're
and
doing an
I still
amazing
struggle.
job.
Oh, Rebecca,
You are. And
that
and
means so much.
everybody needs somebody like
yeah,
you fighting for them. So
sure.
what
Well,
you're doing,
yeah.
it to me is so amazing, because they
well,
need that, and that's awesome. And I'm glad you're here.
thank you. I appreciate it. I'm closing my eyes because I'm just trying to take the kindness from all of you all. Closing our work.
And this is what's called needing a meeting. Why it's called needing a meeting.
And I am needing a meeting. I'm telling you all, seriously, needing a meeting. And I tell people all the time, and I'm starting to realize that this is broader. And Tommy's helped me with to realize this as well. I always thought it was kind of like teenage girls was my niche. But here's the thing: I don't think that I've lived the life that I've lived, like the childhood that I had and the adulthood that I've managed somehow to get this far into. I didn't go through all this for nothing, and I've
Hmm.
realized that
Right.
my mission, my purpose, is to be of service to others, and to be there, and to help, and to speak out, and to expose, and to advocate.
Sure.
And it
Yeah.
feels awesome.
Yes,
Right
yes,
on.
it does.
No,
Right on.
And
I
it
mean, I'm
gets,
Yeah.
exhausted, but it
Yeah.
feels great.
You get a, yeah.
I
Yeah.
was saying pretty much the same thing yesterday, because my housemate was saying that he wishes he could go back to being a kid. And I wouldn't. I wouldn't go back to having to go through all that stuff again.
I
I
still
wouldn't
struggle
change.
with that.
I wouldn't change anything that I've been through, because then I wouldn't be who I am today. And I don't know. I like who I am. I
Yeah,
like the person I am, and everything that's happened to me has made me who I am. And I
yeah,
don't know if I would be. I might be a completely different, because when I was younger, I was pretty black and white, and it was my way or the highway type of thing, because that's how I grew up. Um, and I've softened. I've been, I'm a bit more gentle, and I don't see things in black and white. I see it as a rainbow of life that it is. And it's not even shades of grey. I don't see it that grey anymore.
no, that's too dreary. Yeah.
Yeah, I see a color. We're all different. Life is a spectrum of color and beauty in it. Sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's light. But like yesterday in the Discord thing, we got asked what our favorite color is, and it took me ages to think about it. And I think my favorite color is white, or like pure light.
Because white white,
You break, like the white light breaks down into the spectrum of the rainbow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you mix it all up,
By the way, Cosmic, I like who you are too.
oh, thanks. So
But
you
I
got a big
still,
shout out yesterday on I think it was yesterday. I don't know. I watched it really early this morning on Tommy's boat. So
Oh, this morning's boat, I got to tell you, because I was on my way to the hospital. That was amazing. And I really,
Yeah.
I was having a hard time with not being able to chat because I was driving. Of course, I'm not going to chat when I drive. But, I wanted to really be more engaged in that because it was really something special.
hey,
That was, Misha?
Yeah, Misha says,
There's
Yeah,
Kimmy.
OMG, I just got here and I'm trying to double speed, you guys. Jen Marie, it is so good to see you on here. Thank you so much for what you are doing for our
Oh.
Steve. You are an angel.
yeah.
No, I'm just a human that loves humans.
Well, thank
Okay, I'm
goodness.
sorry.
She's
All right,
still
I'm sorry.
being
Yes,
angel.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying really hard. Thank you.
You're an angel in human form.
Yes, okay. If you
It's
say
really
so,
hard to take
Rebecca.
compliments sometimes. Hey.
Really hard to take compliments all the
I
time.
get
For
it.
me, I'm pulling my ear because
Deal with it, Buttercup.
I am, and it's so much appreciated. I just the ants are saying, don't make this about you. This isn't about you. This isn't your story. This is about Steve and
Well,
Vicky.
you're in the meeting, you're totally allowed to make it about you.
Well, it's
Absolutely.
not.
You have
You're
carte blanche.
not making his situation about you. You're making how you feel
You're
about
not.
the situation.
You're not at all.
Well,
But
you're
I
allowed
mean,
to feel
but
things.
that's a lot of stress, and I just want you to know this is a place where you can come and, like you said, let the air off the tire.
Excuse me while I do some harm reduction.
Yeah.
I'm 2 months without. Well, in the last 2 months, I've had 7 cigarettes, but it was in the first 6 weeks. I've been
Okay.
I'm 53. I've been a smoker for 41 years without ever quitting. And
Wow.
one day, with the last cigarette of a pack, I looked at it when I went to go put, it was halfway through with it, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done. And I only am giving myself to the end of the month with these, and then I'm going to nicotine gum, and
I
then
was
from
gonna ask if
nicotine
you had
gum to nothing.
I was going to ask if you had a plan on that one too.
Absolutely.
I can give you a tip. You'll find that if you do the gum as well as the thing, you'll find that it's easier to give up the thing, and because vapes are so easy to give up.
Well, because I already I practiced before I quit the cigarettes. I just was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. And I didn't do it for 2 weeks, and it didn't bother me, and I didn't think about it, and I still didn't smoke any more cigarettes than I was, 4 a day at that time. And I'm like, okay, so I can use this because it's in my DNA. It's 41 years. I've done a lot of research. It's in my DNA. My mind does not remember what it feels like. I remember being a non-smoker, but my body doesn't remember what it feels like to be a non-smoker.
Yeah.
But my voice has already gone up, so I don't sound like Catherine Turner today. I sound like Catherine Turner when she was younger again.
I would like Catherine Turner's money if you happen to run it or tell her son Ben would like a.
Well,
she doesn't
live in Detroit, but if I run into her, I'll definitely let her know.
Yeah, I can't try to convince Tina's my mother anymore since she's not around. I don't like Ted Turner
anyway.
But yeah, if the gum doesn't work for you, because I find that it didn't seem to hold nicotine long enough. There's always lozenges.
The spray.
I'm more spray.
I didn't like. Well, in Australia, there's a spray, and it's like an instant because it just absorbs.
Is it
instantly.
a nasal spray?
Wow.
Oh God, no! It's just a spray under your tongue. I found under my tongue a lot better than on my tongue. But it just goes under your tongue. It's very minty. You don't taste any nicotine.
Huh?
Because that's the problem I found with the gum is I could taste the nicotine, and they go that gross. And there's also these. We have these mint. They're like
inhalers.
No, they're like how you get these mints. They're like mints. And you just stick
the lozenges.
That's the lozenges. Yeah, I guess you kind of stick it at the back here and just sort of let it slowly. But I think they might be bad for your teeth. I don't know, because if you have it in the same spot all the time, could be
Right.
bad.
It could,
I found
it
the
could-
spray it was just like one and done, gone off with my day. I didn't have to worry about spitting out gum or this lozenge in my mouth. But I found the spray
Sure.
really effective. I just had it like, I don't know, once every 2 hours, and then this was only in hospital that I had to have this though, because otherwise I would.
Hey, you guys, I wanted to, Reverend Rush had asked me to ask this question to you guys. Do you guys feel like mental health is more important or physical health? I don't know how you can pick and choose myself.
Well, can I answer that first? I kind of
100%.
this is just me personally as, a lay person. I believe that mental health is the most important thing, because without mental health, your physical health will go to the dumper,
Yeah, it
because
totally, one does
the
totally
brain
affect the other.
controls everything,
Yeah.
and I grew up thinking that I was a hypochondriac. Turns out I'm not a hypochondriac. I do have health issues, but your mind will really play tricks on you and make you even sicker,
Yeah.
so that's just my personal opinion.
I also
Can I
think
answer
mental
next?
health. Oh, sorry.
I've had one affect the other. I've had both scenarios. I've had such severe pain in my back that I thought I was going to go out of my ever loving mind.
Yeah.
And I have had the mental health definitely affect my physical health.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one is good. Neither one is a good scenario.
Yeah.
No, not really. Kind of one or the other thing is a little
Yeah.
I somewhat agree with Jen with mental health being more important than physical, but not massively more important. Because if you don't if you really don't feel good, it just messes with your.
It does mess with you.
And
Oh, yeah.
if your mental health is in a great place, it makes healing and all the other things a little bit easier. If it's something that you can heal from, not everything,
Right.
can be fixed that way, but
yeah.
that's my
Or
thought.
you could just be, or both could be all screwy, and then it looks like this.
So, as someone who is going through a battle of both at the moment, because my mental health affects my physical health to the point where I cannot eat. So I think, personally, for myself, I feel like my mental health affects my physical health to the point where a couple of weeks ago, I was kind of almost dying on my couch. So I feel like...
That's the first I've heard this, Cosmic.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to make a big deal about it.
But you can make a big deal about it.
I'm sorry. I thought that this was what this was all about.
Much love and
well,
love to you.
It is what it's all about. But I was trying to work it out. But my body was eating itself.
I've done that so many times. I got you.
Yeah. So
I see you. And I've never seen Avatar. That's not where my thing comes from. Mine comes from the TTI people.
Yeah, but but I dropped from like around 76 kilos down to 68, and
oh God, don't speak metric to me, please.
Yeah, I don't know pounds.
I know that's a lot of weight drop.
It's about 17 kilos.
I've lost 30. I've lost total 35 pounds. Have put about 7 pounds back on since my digestive problems started 6 months ago. So yeah, I feel you too.
Figure out. Yeah, no one really actually knew what was going on because at the time I was it was Christmas and you kind of don't really want to, it's about 37 pounds.
Okay, so it's pretty much the same as me then.
Yeah, and it was in a few weeks, so that's why I'm a little bit thinner than I was before, and it's not in a good way. So I'm not happy about it because as soon as I start eating properly, it's going to go. Whoo, and my body's going to be, give me all those carbs and all that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to do it in a better way. But it's just like, for me personally, mental health is the most important, because if I don't have mental health, I have no physical health whatsoever.
Did you find out what was going on with you physically?
Mental health. It's a psychological
Oh,
thing.
you said that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not allowed to say that.
That's okay. But yeah, it's for me. I have a weird relationship with food. It's like I punish myself by starving myself.
Wow.
But not.
Wow.
I think we're twins.
Yeah, but not intentionally.
No.
I don't do it. I don't even think about it. But so I just forget to eat. And, yeah. So
I wonder, you know what? That makes me want to research that. I'm going to do that this weekend. I'm going to research that and see if that's a thing. If both of us have been have you always had that? Because I have.
I think it first started. I think it started because my dad used to call me barge-ass and all that sort of stuff, and I was quite a thin child. So I always look the same. I couldn't tell you if I've lost or gained weight, because to me, I think I've got a version of the body dysmorphia. So I've always felt, I don't know. Yeah, my father did a job on me mentally, and then he did it to my sister as well, my little sister. And when I was in the midst of a psychotic break, I hadn't slept for 7 days. I turned around and said, "You've got to stop this," because I was quite large. I was 140 kilos. I have no idea what that is. Twice what I was when you saw me, whatever. And I was really overweight, quite sick, about to be hospitalised, like sectioned, I think you call it. And he was calling my sister barge-ass, and I turned around full of wrath, and I says, "You know what? I could lose all of this today, be the same size as my little sister, and you would still call me barge-ass. And my little sister's beautiful. You leave her alone." I would never talk to my dad like that.
Good on you, though.
And then later on that night, I went to try and walk on water and the dog was like, "You can't walk on water." So yeah.
Aren't dads awesome? Especially give it up for the abusive dads. Woo woo.
Yeah. Well, he's my former male parent right now, so he's very lonely. He's got no kids, so that's what he gets.
If you guys, I need to get out there and get my critters settled in. If you guys want to keep having a meeting, I can just toggle off and
I
y'all
need
can
to go soon anyway. So yeah, I need to go as well. So I've got to get my Saturday.
Yeah, I got to go in there and go to the bathroom. I can't do that in the car.
Now we're splitting hairs here. We need to get into that.
I'm just being honest.
Well,
I can tell you the world made it to Saturday.
What's that?
I can tell you the world made it to Saturday. It's Saturday now.
Oh yeah. How is Saturday look? How is Saturday looking for us, honey? Saturday looking good?
Well, it's cloudy here. Is it cloudy over there?
Again. Did you need a reminder? There's your reminder of what it is here. You're in the summer over there, honey.
Here without undoing all my cords.
Nice and warm where you. Oh my gosh, Carol.
That's such a beautiful room.
Wow.
Stunning.
Ew.
Is that it? Is that a
house is
stovetop?
disgusting.
Is that a stovetop fireplace? Is that what you got? The stove?
No, it's not a stovetop. We just keep a kettle of water on to keep the air from getting too dry.
Nice.
Smart.
Yeah.
I might
All
have
right, do you want to do some box breathing?
I've had a fire going all day, and this room doesn't have that toasty feeling like I like to have. It's that cold, and it's just getting cold.
It's cold down there.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh yeah, you did. I was listening to you earlier. Sorry.
22 last time I looked.
Yeah.
Ooh, gosh,
that's disgusting.
It's 32 here. It's colder in Arkansas than it is in Michigan.
It is.
Wow.
See you, Henny.
Crazy.
I won't
And
complain about
it was in the
60.
high 50s yesterday, or mid 50s
Yeah, no
at
complaining from
least.
you, Ben.
You know, so it's we have
Yeah, you're
we
a
have
chicken,
weird
Ben.
weather here.
Or you were.
But well, how about we do some a couple of box breath, and I have this meditation book that I just ordered that I could read from. How does that sound? Do we feel like we've had a meeting?
Absolutely.
Okay,
And
good.
thank every single one of you, including everyone in the chat that I can't see. I love
Well,
all of you, like as if
Love you, January.
I've known you forever. I'm serious. I'm not
And thank you
being.
so much for what you're doing for Steve and Vicky.
and
I have a
I'm
feeling any of us would do that, but thank you.
I am
Right
so
on.
glad that Tara's doing better.
Yes,
Tara's doing
Tara.
better. Oh, good. Yay, Tara.
You're cutting out.
That just. Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
Carol, you're cutting out. Oh, there you go.
That's better.
Okay. Sometimes it just
Better.
is a matter of I don't know what. So how about we do 3 box breaths? If you're new here, our box breathing is where you breathe in on a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and breathe out, exhaling completely. And when you're inhaling, completely filling your lungs. And then we'll do 3 of those box breaths, and then I will read from my meditation book. And
Awesome.
it's a tension check and release, which I think that I certainly can use because I have been tense all day with this weather. And
I just realized that when you said that, I just physically let my abdomen relax and realized that I've been holding it in all like this all day.
yeah, let's. All right. If you're, Christy likes to say, drop into your heart space. You know, whatever I feel like, whatever works for you. If it's your mind, or like my husband likes to do meditation, kind of like between the eyes, kind of. So just wherever you want to start from. We'll take our first breath. If you're ready. All right. And breathing in for a count of 4. And hold. And exhale. Letting your shoulders drop and letting all of that air out. Another breath in. Hold. And exhale. Breathe in. Hold. And exhale. Letting all that air out of the lungs. Be aware of which body parts you are holding tension so you can return to a state of ease. Sitting or lying comfortably, take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Become aware of your forehead and eyes. Notice if there is any tension there, any holding, squeezing, tightness. Could you soften any part of your forehead or eyes? Go ahead and soften any part of the eyes and forehead that you can. Now become aware of your lips and jaw. Notice if there is any tension there, any pursing, clenching, tightness. Could you release, drop, and soften tension any part of the lips or jaw? Go ahead and soften now, the lips and jaw. Any tension? Stop, drop, release. Become aware of the hands. Any tension in fingers, palms, wrists? Soften and release. Become aware of the hips. Any gripping, tightness, tension? Soften and release. Become aware of the legs and the feet. Any squeezing, gripping, tightening, soften and release. Now taking a moment to take stock. Did you notice any areas of tension, a lot or even a little? Simply be aware of it. Make a mental note to check in with your body throughout the day, softening and releasing any areas where tension arises and disturbs your ease. With a resounding huzzah!
Huzzah! That felt great.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I mean, I was reading it, but it even felt good reading it. So, yay.
thank you for that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
Huzzah! I did huzzah, but then I realized nothing was on. I
you.
had to go to a different page to type things. So, yeah, that was really lovely. You don't realize things are tight, like tense in your face.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like I go through my whole life that way, and always have.
So I was
So
like, oh.
if I can learn to, to not do that, it'd be amazing to see what kind of energy I might actually be able to have.
You could
Even
also
in the
make a
middle of
fortune
winter.
off of that.
Right? Yeah, maybe I can figure out a way to market that stuff.
Right?
Yeah, because I hadn't
I
realized my
Fascinating
tension.
too.
Like I was just like, how do I relax my eyes? I was like, oh, like that.
I'm gonna leave and go. I love you, everyone in the chat.
Too,
In the
Rebecca.
that I see, love you, support, hugs.
Great.
I'm just not gonna do a Minnesota goodbye, or at least I'm gonna attempt to not do a Minnesota goodbye.
It was great to talk to you, Rebecca. See you
Yeah.
soon.
Great to see your face as well. Join us again.
I've got to get going.
I
too.
will.
I've got to get my washing machine broke. So, well, it's not broken. I don't know what's wrong with it. So, I've got to go for a drive, pick up my washing machine. That's why my bestie was here yesterday. So, can't pick up my clothes.
Cosmic, it was nice to see you.
Yes,
Carol,
nice to
as
see you too.
always, a pleasure. Jen, thank you so much for
Thank
the
you, Beth.
update, and thank you so much for. I know this
Yeah,
is taking a lot out of you,
yeah.
and I'm
It's
glad
worth it.
that you're there, and
Me too.
I
Thanks.
Thank
I
you.
I hope and pray that you have continued strength and that you'll be able to continue to do what you're doing.
Thank you,
And
Beth.
I hope you'll reach out if you
Yes.
get to feel things are too much.
I
Um,
will. Can I just
um,
thank you, Carol,
yeah,
for this,
yeah.
it's not perpetuating. I apologize for not getting the right word, but thank you for
First,
what you do. It
Thank you.
means the more that I get into it, you're doing amazing things, and
Thank you.
you're all helped me so much today.
I'm so
So
glad.
please go knowing that.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. I appreciate that.
And
I
I
really
hope that
do.
you have a great rest of your day. Take care of your
You,
babies.
you too, and drive safe.
Oh, I will. Yeah, well, yeah. Ooh, it's gotten bad since I've been here. I'm glad I stayed. But
Yeah,
thank you, love. I will see you again. Take care of
okay,
you. Say goodbye to Steve for me and tell him it was nice to meet him.
I will.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good night,
You
sweetheart.
guys, thank you so much. You guys are so good. I can't even believe that I'm this blessed to have you guys all in my life. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Steve. Thank you for supporting each other. And yeah, I hope to see you again. And until next meeting, peace, y'all. I'm going to go tend to those critters.